Morning.
Good
morning.
This is called The Puppy Who Knew His Universe. In a second, you'll meet him. 2 weeks ago, someone dropped this tiny baby puppy in my driveway. And I'm not a dog person. I raise cats and birds, but this little fella came down my driveway. He's big. His name is Bash. But that night, I absolutely panicked. I did not know what in the world to do with a puppy. And so I called Susie and I said, how do you do this? And so the next day I called all the foster care places. And I said, I cannot foster this dog. I already have just 12 cats I'm trying to take care of because we rescued a kitten who was pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And so I called Sweet Betty and I said, Betty, I need a babysitter because this little fella is so tiny. I can't do 10 minutes, I can't run him outside every 10 minutes and, trip on him while I'm trying to work. And so she was kind enough to come to my aid. I called Rena and Rena says, I'll watch him tomorrow until we can get this figured out. And then of course Susie came in and she just like, oh, puppy time. So she grabbed a hold of him and so Cammie is my new manicurist upstairs and this is her daughter Alexis. And they were looking at her and Cammie told me, she said, Jenny, we lost our pit bull lab mix a few years ago. And so we've been thinking about taking on a puppy. And I'm like, oh. So then a little while later, she had her husband come in and look at Bash. And a little while later, she came and looked at me with these big, beautiful doe eyes, and she would. And so Bash found his Christmas home, and it was just so sweet because as I worked the Abraham Principles, it was like this little fella said, stop, you got to drop me at this driveway because this lady is my vehicle to my new home. So we wanted to bring you in and rip your hearts out. This little baby puppy who found his new home. And just a little post note, the next day I got a phone call from the SPCA and they said, so many people are dumping their animals. She said, we're overwhelmed, the foster homes are overwhelmed, and she said I was going to have to tell you to call animal control. And so here he is. And by the way, I don't know if do you want to hear Alexa's side of the story for a minute about her receiving